Oh, hey there, cuties.
Hey!
And welcome to the Josie's Lonely Hearts questions and answers. We have both of them.
We're going to put the Q's in the cuties, from the cuties, and A them.
Well, God, I know you didn't say ass to mouth, but I feel like that was...
Wow, that came up quick.
Yeah.
And that is the voice of our very own moderator, John Jack Dorsey, also known to the cuties as...
Greg? I should know this.
Excellent timing there.
And in character, I think.
Yeah, so I'm Maximilian Clark. This is Rachel Music, and we're gonna answer questions from you, the cuties, and also from Jack, and also maybe my mom.
Aw, your mom listens to the show?
Oh, but I have to send her every episode individually. Like, she has an iPhone. She's subscribed on Apple Podcasts, but legitimately, every time an episode comes out, if I don't send her the link, she's like, I can't. So she's a fan, but not like 2 button presses. 1 button press. Yes.
I understand. Yes. I would love a 2-button parent.
We wouldn't be here if we had that. So,
That's true.
Anyways, before we get too deep, that's what she said. All right, here we go. Let's dive in. Hey, Jack, take it away, moderator.
All right. Well, you guys sent in questions, which I thought were very interesting. I have a couple of basic ones that perhaps the audience has wondered. And I think the most basic question about the show is, where did the idea for Josie come from?
Wow. We're both looking at each other going, which one of us takes this? Because I think...
No, it's you.
We're equally...
Because it occurred in your brain.
That's true, but this is a far cry from the show that was cooked up many years ago as I drove cross country. So I am now in Los Angeles, and I drove here from New York. And on the ride over, I stopped in this teeny tiny little town called Madrid, New Mexico, and I was just charmed. I was just so taken with it. And if you sneeze, you could miss it. It's everything you've heard on the show is true. It's on Route 14.
Population 248.
Is this the town I pronounce as Madrid?
Yes.
Yes, but they pronounce it as
Madrid.
Only if you're from the place.
Yeah, it's like St. Louis or New York.
Did you step on something while you were saying that? Yeah,
that's the experience of living here in New York.
Yeah. And so it's got a really interesting history. It was a silver mining town. Briefly, people were lobbying to put the first Disney theme park there. It's called the Town Too High to Die. But none of this is...
Wait, what does that mean? What could that possibly mean?
Elevation. I
feel like at high elevation, you're more likely to die. I feel like that's a great place to die.
The idea, I guess, look, I only saw the one plaque in the singular mine shaft turned local museum, which they have, which is pretty cool. And one of the animators for Zippity Doo-Dah went to Walt and was like, hey, there's this place that's far enough away from the nuclear testing facilities that we could build a theme park there. And I also love it. And Walt went and kind of checked it out. And he ultimately obviously passed and decided to go with Anaheim. But it brought enough buzz to the town in the short term, that and its silver mine, that the town continued to flourish in a time where only Albuquerque and Santa Fe are really the population centers. So,
hey, what's funny? I don't think you actually answered the question.
I haven't gotten it.
That does not answer it, not at all.
So, when I landed in Los Angeles,
which is Spanish for the Angeles.
The Angeles.
That's what the locals are.
I wanted to. I listened to a lot of talk radio on the trip. We stayed on Route 66 as long as humanly possible. And I fell in love with talk radio that I had always really enjoyed as a kid. And I thought, why don't we have, all of this came from the singular question of why don't we have a Lady Howard Stern? And unfortunately, when you go down that line of questioning, the answers usually are because someone would kill her. So someone,
wow,
someone would murder.
That got dark
someone
real fast.
Exactly. Someone would murder her. And so I thought, wow, what if there was a shock jock who was a lady and had a really complicated kind of past, and the public turns on her because she's a lady and she can't say certain things. And I pitched this to Maximilian after we met, and I chased him down at Catalyst Film Festival in 2022? 21?
Yeah, something like that.
One of them.
She brought me this thriller, which is, of course, to fans of the show, What You See Today. A 5-season show about a radio host who has a stalker, gets too big, and then dies.
Yep. That's what happened. And in fact, the sage advice and the brilliant acumen of Maximilian here went, that's really, really dark. And I could work on that show with you. But then we decided to do something entirely different, which was reverse engineer a show from the end product. We were like, well, what's a show in audio fiction that can go forever? And that's really what kind of got us cooking. And I think the prank show idea was mostly your doing, yeah?
Well, I believe the brief was, how do we make audio fiction weekly?
Yeah.
Which, as it turns out, you can't. Like, even if it's your full-time job.
You can if you do it like a guy in a microphone. You could do that, but then you're writing 24/7.
Yeah, but like a half hour like we do. Do it twice a month. Yeah, twice a month feels real good, real cozy. But we started from the idea of like, how do we create a show that is meaningful, right? It's not just like we made it all up and nothing has value, but is, flexible and manageable. And so we had this hybrid idea for a show that's half improv and half scripted. So we, give people who want that narrative progression to, they get it. And for the people who are just there for, farts and charts, they also get that.
Farts and charts are important. Okay, so this is something that I have talked about with Max, and I'm very curious because I know that each season has a theme. That you've had a season that's a rom-com theme, another season that is a Hallmark theme. You have another season that I believe uses like this secret prince writing trope, if we want to call it that. So I know that you're doing these new formats for every season. Where did that concept comes from? Because like the current idea behind the show of just an improvised show with a scripted heart, which feels very 21st century writing. Like I feel like there's a lot of scripted television shows that follow that, but the theme format, which I think is like so neat. Like, where did that concept come from?
The answer is we are both hooked on novelty and we get bored easily and we want to make things hard. We can't do easy things. We have to make them hard to make them.
I disagree. I think the challenge of it makes it doable. I think if we did the same thing every season, we would get bored and it would be impossible.
Max, I've worked with you. You love hard stuff.
See?
You make it hard.
He does make it hard.
Remember when I was like, we could do SPR with like nine improvisers and that's stretching it? And you're like, what if we do 50 people and tons of stuff? I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Jack, this is so validating. This is so valid. Because sometimes I know if you work in the trenches with Maximilian long enough, you start to doubt your own mind. Did I agree to do this show? Was this really my idea? And because he's a madman. Of course it's
your idea. Both of you had these ideas. They were great ideas.
So, but you are, to your point, you are correct in that having parameters to work within for every season does yield a lot of really creative choices, because we have either something to make fun of or something to, like a container for the season. And sometimes, like the soap opera season, that container makes things very complicated from a production standpoint, but the writing of it is a flippin' blast. Exhibit A, Skankshaw.
Is it kind of a secret that most of your segments are improv, or yay, nay? Are we blowing somebody's mind right now?
I hope we are.
Honestly, possibly.
Some people don't know. which is hysterical to me and very flattering.
We have a couple of intros that allude to it, and it's technically in the show notes. But yes, I guess it is possible to walk into this not knowing. But I think it's better if you know. I think it's way more fun for you if you know that Rachel doesn't know what's coming every time we get a call.
Mm-hmm.
This has to be validating for you, Rachel, because you did this show before. What was it? The fictional people show that the Dropout lady's doing?
Very important people.
Very important people, where she's scripted, but then all of her guests are unscripted. And the second I saw that, I was like, I know somebody who's done that.
Yeah, we are richly attuned to the landscape of man. I think that's kind of key.
Okay, that you are, because you are a man of the people and a plugged-in individual and also like a part-time activist. So I think that is true about you. One thing I have very much in common with Joanne Holtzinger is that I am kind of out of touch.
Are you both out of touch? Because I asked Max about like Heated Rivalry, and he's like, "What's that?" And we're like, "It's the most popular show in America right now."
The only reason I know about that show is because I subscribe to r/Lady Boners, and those fellas are all over it.
They're very attractive.
They're handsome fellas. Not my cup of cocoa, which is probably what you
right, because they're under 60. Yeah,
that's not.
Sam Elliott. Anyway, what's a male cougar? Bobcat.
Not Bobcat, because I can just think of Bobcat Goldthwait. I love younger women.
And this is a question that's from me, and it's really, does the show currently, and it's, you know, as you talk about it today, do you have an end/an end game? Because I know the idea behind the show is it can go on for forever, but, you know, often when you pitch shows, you have a pitch document, which will have like, okay, here's what we want for 5 seasons. Here's the end and blah, blah, blah. Do you guys vaguely know how Josie's story is like completes or
well, I think she gets murdered by that stalker.
Stop it. We're not doing that.
We don't know.
Actually, we don't know that.
Yeah.
I agree that it would be incredibly bold of us. But
no, we just have a Lifetime original movie.
That's a good point.
What I don't want us to sound like is like, you know, Damon Lindelof circa Lost, just writing season episode after episode and having zero idea what's happening, why is there a polar bear? We're not that far off the reservation, but we aren't full bore Vince Gilligan, this is our arc and we end here and this is when we definitively know. We allow the show to be a living, breathing organism, and it sort of tells us where it wants to go next. Does that make sense and not sound as pretentious as it's felt coming out of my mouth?
No, it does. The show that me and Max worked on, we worked on a pitch document, and then by the end of season 1 had like gone through half of it, and we were just like, oh no, you know, and we just kind of very quickly said, all right, let's just see what happens. And a lot of gold has been mined from that. And at least in my limited experience of writing something, you accidentally learn how TV used to be written, which was throw as much shit at the wall and see what sticks and what's gold and what's not. And you quickly find out how many bad ideas you have.
I think that we have put enough threads that when it's time to end it, we will be able to stitch it up in a satisfying way. But it's going to be vibes. Like, we're going to finish the season and be like, there's one more.
We'll know. Yeah, we will know. And I think I can make, if there's a single promise that we can make to the cuties, is that we wouldn't keep a show on life support. It will end when it is supposed to, and we won't try to, you know,
spoilers,
stretch that out. And
it's a tease. It's not a spoiler. It's a tease.
Fair. Okay.
Throw down a comment if you feel properly teased. Ooh.
Oh, gross.
God, is it the hand gesture? I know you can't hear this on the podcast, but I am tweaking a little.
It's really unpleasant.
Tweaking a ghost nipple or perhaps a hovering micro penis. It's not. I don't like it.
Hovering micro penis.
I was in that band.
Yeah, but we have a sense. We, like, when we were writing season 5, we knew what season 7 was. So like we are looking down the path a little bit, but yeah, we'll smother this thing when it's time.
Wow. Okay, that's a way to put it. And as you're going, are you tempted to make the show a little bit darker and kind of experiment a little bit more with other themes, or are you interested in possibly doing a thriller season and like going a little bit more towards your initial pitch? But I know the show is a comedy, so you'll do it through that lens.
I think the tone has to stay the same.
Yes. But I will say that 7, we're definitely going to be playing around. We are experimenting a lot with season 7.
Yeah. And again, cuties, don't worry. Season 6 is coming next. So if you like the same old, get ready for a buffet. But yeah, but like all of our theme seasons, it's like we are playing with storytelling tropes, but it's the same tone. Because if it wasn't the same balance of comedy and heart every season, it wouldn't be the same show.
Yeah.
So yeah, like what we did with the soap opera season, we can have murder, like we can have deception and lies, but it has to be, we can have a prison arc, but it has to be normal, silly.
The closest thing I can think of, and it's what I immediately thought of when we, I think, made the first real departure, was Archer Vice. You know, you had a couple seasons of Archer really running, just booking it, just cruising. And right when it could have started to get on its back heels and sitting on its laurels, they do Archer Vice and uproot the whole thing, blow up ISIS, make them drug runners. And it just was this really cool shot in the arm. But at no point are they not those characters without those dynamics. So I love that. And they did it a couple more times to varying degrees of success.
It depends who wait, the intelligence organization in Archer wasn't called ISIS, was it?
Yes.
It was.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Here comes a sneeze. Lean in, cuties. It's time to go ASMR.
No, you gotta silence that.
No, it's coming. It's coming.
Max is sick, and I'm secretly sick. So
I'm great.
And Rachel's great, but she's pregnant. So
the cuties like don't know that. Now they do.
Yeah, be nice to us. Rachel's pregnant.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a cutie of my own soon.
And it's Reagan's. This whole show is a harem series.
It's Nickelback's. It's obviously Nickelback.
Oh right, it's obviously Nickelback, right? You're like, it has to be someone.
Or the Warden, maybe.
Does anyone? Hey, this is a question for you, our audience. Does anyone like the Nickelback joke? Because we're convinced no one does. But I'll still do them. Every line out of Nickelback's mouth is a Nickelback song lyric.
Many of them.
By and large, 80%.
I'm getting feedback from the audience, and they do. So,
wait, really?
Oh, great.
Keep doing it. Yeah.
Great. 100%. We'll double down. Just wait until we meet Josie's new butler, Creed.
It would be better than, I guess, Pearl Jam. Who else does that voice?
I can't reach the shelf. Can you lift me higher?
And I'm going to take this moment to ask you another question, which who have been your favorite callers / improvisers? Like, you've done how many seasons of the show now? Like 5 are out. Like who's a fan favorite whenever you get in the booth? You're just like, yes.
1, 2, 3.
Hal.
We had Hal Lublin join the cast this year, and he delivered Rachel and I's favorite call, bar none. Season 5, episode 4.
First degree bird slaughter.
One with the first degree bird slaughter. It's right in the title.
It's I have played that call out of context for multiple people and brought them to tears. I played it for a large animal vet who was literally in a workshop with me writing a memoir about euthanasia. And I was like, you'll find this funny. And she did. Because you have to have a dark sense of humor to be a large animal vet who then writes about it. And whether you're a 63-year-old large animal vet or like a 21-year-old, that call kills. That call just kills. And Hal is a sweet, wonderful, gracious.
And like once he joined the our stable of cuties has just like legitimately every opportunity 100% like been like yes, like immediately.
Whatever
like,
you
hey,
want.
yeah, we have a voicemail episode coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
He volunteered for the same episode twice. I had to tell him like you can only do one.
Hal's very recent, so I'd also like we'd be remiss if we didn't shout out Laura Lee Walsh, who like Keensley. I mean, and now canonically she's like our first caller for the first episode we made, and our first caller in World.
Yeah, right. Veronica with her moleskin notebook.
With her moleskin notebook of copious notes.
Yeah, you love doing the voice, but no, honestly, like what's great about our show is that we get to invite people back again and again, and like anyone that you've heard on the show is someone that we absolutely love. Like we've been so fortunate to have like 60, 70 people, and we have to keep making episodes so we can keep hanging out with them. But like there have been just like so many incredible people.
So here's a question from another listener, which is, which podcast would you most like Josie and Max to appear in? And I would expand this question because podcast is like, I listen to like comedy and then true crime. So like, I'm going to say, what piece of media would you like these characters to appear in?
I mean, Joe Rogan Experience, hands down.
Ooh.
Like, I honestly think that Joe Rogan genuinely trying to understand a concept would be a great caller. Like, just ask him how he thinks electricity works. Boom.
Mm-hmm. No.
Top 10 call. No.
I'd love to see how Josie would fare against actual, like, Esther Perel. The phenomenon.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Madame Magenta, like heck, put Josie on SPR. Let's just solve some super relationship problems.
Super relationship problems would be amazing.
My follow-up to that question was going to be, what characters from other podcasts / fictional media would you like to call in and get advice from Josie?
I mean, honestly, that's a much easier question.
Fox and Stallion.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, easy plug-in too, because we share a brain with them.
Fox and Stallion?
Fox and Stallion are the wannabe investigators who live at 222 Baker Street and are constantly getting scooped by Sherlock and Watson. So
mm-hmm. Our show's editor is that show's creator.
Oh, very cool.
And but honestly, like, I mean, what's great about the format is it is so easy to take a character from any show and then give them over to Josie solving their problems. Like that would honestly be a great use of a season, would be getting characters from Wolf or Midnight Burger,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he's just talking about all the relationship stuff.
He's still in high school.
It depends on the Spider-Man.
Oh.
And to close us out, this is a question that I always ask Max because we're out of listener questions. If there's anything that
you look good in that shirt. Jesus. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I got this from Keats for Christmas for my wife. You didn't need to know that, but I was going to say, if there's anything that you wish that I asked you in this question, in this Q&A that I didn't bring up, something that you were excited to talk about the show. And I see Rachel down in the audience right there.
Why do Ruby and Mark sound different this season? Have you always sounded like that?
I've always thought he had a wonderful voice.
Fans of the show may notice that Ruby and Dr. Mark were both recast this year.
Oh, Frank.
Huh?
Ruby? Entirely because of actor availability, but it led to such a fun joke about it, where the in-universe reason they sound different is because Joanne had too much earwax.
So that's me, Dr. Mark.
Well, he sounds different too. Is it me?
Yes, it's just you. He always sounded like this. Don't be weird. I noticed you didn't ask us about Jacob Alden Roa's question, which is, how are you all so dang cute?
That's for you. That's for the two of you, because I've given that flag up a while ago.
Oh, hey, don't say that. Sexy Greg is a fan favorite.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's a voice.
Yeah, it's your voice, dummy.
Gross.
Yeah, Yeah, actually, one thing just to add in, because we did talk about how Rachel had this like complete show that was very different. One of the artifacts of that show that lives on that I hadn't actually thought about is Joanne Holtzinger has such a long backstory.
Yeah.
Like she has a book length backstory. And so every time I pitch a Joanne joke, Rachel's like, well, she did spend 2 years studying opera, so I don't know that really reads. I'm like, that didn't come up. No one knows that. That's the canon. She's like, it can't.
The only holdover really is a shadowy past that we continue to mess with for your benefit.
Well, I think it's specifically this shadowy past, right?
No. So in the thriller, a young man calls in and she belittles him on the air, and he ends up taking his own life. And then the mom of that teenage boy starts stalking Josie, and so there's like
that's a pretty good show. Maybe we should make that,
right? A taut thriller.
Oh, and we have a fresh question just come in, which is, which reoccurring side character do you think could carry a spinoff?
Well, honestly, it stinks because we have tried to figure out a way to get back to this character since season 2, and it's been almost impossible. But Nick from Santa Fe,
yeah,
like he has to appear in some dark shadowed doorway at some point. Like, what's he been up to? Designing roller coasters, lying to women. I
initially pitched that Braley was in jail for assaulting Nick from Santa Fe. And then we went with the identity theft thing instead. It would be easy to say Bobby.
Yes. It would be really easy to say that Bobby deserves a spinoff.
And she does, but it would be very, very difficult to make that work when she's already such a flanderized character. And I say that in the best way. Like Bobby works so well as the third man who comes in and, devastates the scene and then leaves. I don't know. The center would not hold.
I think that's actually true of all the Bobbies. Like all the Bobbies have fun little archetypes, and they're there to pop up, do something fun, and then mosey on.
Yeah,
Nickelback included.
I mean, the discography is only so long.
And to close us out, and this is how I often end phone calls with Max, it's really what are you consuming right now that you enjoy?
My hormones are crazy, so when I'm not listening, I'm watching this Japanese reality TV show called Old Enough. Are you familiar with this show?
Yeah.
Where they send the little kids on errands?
We watched that during with my wife's first pregnancy, and just like so many silent tears watching these like small children just absolutely fail at every task that they're given.
And so they want to be so good. They want to do a good job, and it's the sweetest thing. And they're followed around by these cameramen, and every time they see a cameraman, konnichiwa! Konnichiwa!
Well, but also, here's the detail to the listeners. The cameramen have to dress like normal townspeople, but they've got they all have mysterious boxes with holes that they're like pointing at the child. So the children ostensibly that guy sweeping the street has a strange box pointed at me. That's totally normal. And they just keep walking.
They can't have kids over 4 do the errands because once the kid hits 5, they're like, why are you following me?
Well, it's because I will say this with my son who just turned 5 in December. Like at some point between 4 and 5, you just watch them. Like before, they're just sort of like moving around. They're just like, I'm a child. Like I'm gonna shake the box. Ha ha ha. Nothing really matters. And then all of a sudden they look at you and they're like, I don't like broccoli. And you're like, what are you talking about? It's just like, who am I? What are my thumbs? What's happening? I don't like this. And it's just like, what happened? They just come online.
Can we insert the robot baby powering up?
Father, I require attention.
Oh, precocious little baby.
Father. Oh.
I have defecated in protest.
Well, I mean, but it is both the best thing in the world because you get to talk to a little person, but then also the worst thing in the world because then that little person gets opinions and they often don't match yours, and you'll be arguing with a 5-year-old over bedtime. It's great.
Hey, you can argue with them, Jack, but you better win. You go out there and you win.
No, there is no winning.
Win.
It's just no. You have to be Picard, which is the worst character to try and be all the time.
I'm sorry?
I'm not a Picard. I'm like a Worf when I'm dealing with my child.
I'm sorry? You are a Worf because you're wrong about Picard.
No, Picard is the goal.
Yeah.
You want to be Picard.
Oh,
I
but you
started
can't.
a Worf.
You can't power that machine.
Where he's just like, the child will not have this. The child will have this. And I don't know why I'm using Star Trek analogies. This is a weird place to end everything. But it's been a pleasure being your Q&A host. I love being on the show. And it's always a pleasure to work with you both.
Can you sign off as Sexy Greg, please?
But you have to write something for me. You can't
No. Just say what you're saying, but say it as Sexy Greg.
Close out the show, Max.
Okay.
We're both married, so it's fine. To each other.
Yeah.
That hockey show is about us.
It is. And that's why Jack's always mad about me not watching it, but it makes me self-conscious.
I'm going to let you close this out, Max.
Yeah, do that. Do that. And then I'll when you point to me, I'll know what to say.
Okay. Well, cuties, thanks so much for joining us. Please stick around after this because coming up next here on the Good Story Guild podcast, Rachel, it is the snowblower.
The snowblower.
Really showing off those improv skills, Max.
The snowblower. This, of course, is a young adult series about young Percy McManus, who has been given power over the winds, the east wind and weather. And Percy decides to single-handedly cause a blizzard so that he can have his own snow day. But of course, Percy doesn't know what he's getting into, and some hijinks are going to ensue. And so the snow blower, coming right up. Night, night, cuties. You did it again, you bastard! That's fair. Turnabout is fair play.